Next up is Before Sunset. Batu, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Batu?
Yes.
Great. Awesome. 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, go.
Hi, I'm Batuhan, co-founder of BeforeSunset AI, where we help people plan and execute their day with ease. Meet Paula, our ICP. Paula works for a hybrid team working on multiple tasks and projects at once. Think of an analyst in an investment firm or a software developer, for instance. In an ordinary day, she finds herself jumping from task to task, app to app, and still doesn't feel like she has accomplished much or has visibility to team and project status. Introducing BeforeSunset AI, a platform where you can maintain to-dos, have AI plan the day, view your calendar, see how your team is and what they're working on. It can also process your data in the analytics page to help you improve how you work. So we've been busy in the last couple of weeks. We launched our product on Product Hunt and finished #1 product of the day, week, and month. Onboarded over 10,000 users and kept people coming to our site to convert following the launch hype. Our continuous revenue streams include individual subscriptions and enterprise plan, charging monthly or annually. The competitive landscape has various players, but we distinguish ourselves with 3 main capabilities: AI, personal analytics, and team features that are already built into the app. Like I said, we launched a little over a month ago, and since then, we've been putting in the effort to reach out to our ICPs. These efforts include smart SEO tactics to keep growing organically, small influencer campaigns, and some pilot ads. The calculated market size is $5.8 billion, taking into account 28 million potential users, an average $15 monthly fee. To get to 10 million ARR, we need to maintain about 50,000 paying users, which we aim to get by 2026. So we're 3 co-founders, and each of us have our own unique story about how we found the passion to create BeforeSunset AI. Again, I'm Batuhan, co-founder of BeforeSunset AI, helping people plan and execute their day with ease. Thank you for your time.
Okay, fantastic. So using AI, pulling in all of my to-do lists, pulling in my calendar, and then telling me, hey, this is what you should do next, and maybe doing that with my entire organization. That is the goal here.
Correct, yes.
And so do you see it as a scheduling to-do list or project management like Asana to-do list, like you can do in Notion or Coda, or your native to-do list in your preferred operating system? Google and Apple have that. And then scheduling, obviously some people's schedules equal their to-do list. So where do you see this sitting? Is it competing against Asana and those other tools? Is it something new?
No, it is a different approach for sure. Our main purpose is to give a tool for the users to be able to better plan their day individually, and then kind of scale that to the team in the long run to show them what they're working on, what projects they're working on based on the tags that they set, and how much time they have on their day before they log off and stuff like that.
So do you see this being something where you're doing time tracking, like law firms or consulting firms are saying, hey, we're going to do time tracking from 9 a.m. to 9:50. I'm going to be working on this billable project for this customer, or just, put my time. If it was Kelly, this is my time for Founder Universe, this is my time for some other project we're working on, the podcast, et cetera. Or do you see it as monitoring? Because now there's like screen time on your phone where it monitors and then gives you feedback. A little bit scary. There's obviously screen monitoring, stuff like that people use for remote work, but there's also monitoring systems that are more for optimization. Hey, you spent 2 hours on Reddit. Oh my God, you're wasting time. Unless, of course, you're doing marketing on Reddit, in which case that's like a positive thing, right? And so people are trying to figure out. So I'm interested in the modality of how people record their data, or if you're going to be recording it with a system tray item, or they're going to explicitly fill it in. How do you see that data being acquired into the product? Collected.
So the comparison, especially the comparison between that monitoring versus like your individual push to record the data on what you're trying to do and what you want to do, we're definitely on the latter side, because we are trying to provide users a more mindful productivity tool rather than them being always kind of looking over their virtual shoulder to see like who's keeping track of what they're doing. Time tracking is definitely a key part of what we're trying to do. It's a key feature that we've added in so the integration into the calendar can be done more effectively. And the insights that we provide them in the analytics page, once they record it, can easily be translated saying you thought you would spend like 30 hours on a specific project this week, but you ended up spending 40. If you're, setting yourself to be paid for 30 hours on that project, you just, undersold yourself. Just giving the tools to the user to make sure that they're earning their worth, they're not burning out, and being their best self and best worker.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot here. I love the fact that you've got this great team, and with remote workers and people wanting to optimize, and the mistrust between that's kind of brewing, and the standoff, go back to the office, work from home, tracking time, who's screwing around, who's overworking, who's working two jobs at the same time. I mean, there's so much chaos in the space that I think any tool that can make management and individual contributors feel like they're more in sync. We share our calendars at our investment firm. People do a start of day, end of day, and they do a stand-up. So the total ask, I think, is 5 minutes at the beginning and the end of the day to sort of plan your day and recap your day. Maybe round it up to 20 minutes if people put a lot of time into it, 10 and 10. And then do a stand-up every day. It's a half hour with your team, 20 minutes with your team. Just, hey, here's what we're going to try to accomplish as a company in the next 24 hours, next week, next month, et cetera. So I think this is a key opportunity for you. And then you just have to pick who's the ideal customer here. Is it small teams? Is it big teams? Small teams tend to embrace this stuff. High performers tend to embrace this stuff. And then people who have to track their time, they're also looking for solutions. So people who are doing billable stuff. So I think you got like 2 or 3 different ways to go after these users. Who do you think you're going to go after? The time people who track time for billing, or people who are just super optimizers, quantified self people, productivity, get done, GSD people? Who do you see your ideal customer being?
So definitely the GSD population is a little bit more appealing with respect to the fact that the people that bill hourly, like lawyers and such, they do have very specific tools that are already available to them.
Yeah.
BeforeSunset is a tool that they can use as well, because those tools don't have AI. So if they want to lift some weight off their shoulders, they're more than welcome to, and it would be a great addition to their tool stack. But in reality, these productivity hackers, the GSD folks that want to make sure that they optimize what they're doing and how they're doing it, would be our prime candidate. And
you want to go solo, single player to start for the first year or two, and then maybe add team features in year 2 or 3? Is that the goal?
The launch of the individual aspect was June 15th of this year, and all the users that we've accumulated, the 10,000 plus, have been on that field. Now we're planning on launching the team side of it in this fall, and we're going to be, rolling out the beta version, onboarding people, some small teams, to see if how they like it, continuously collect feedback, and make sure that we can scale it to larger teams or a great number of number of teams.
Great. And so for those of you who are watching the show or listening right now, the interaction you're seeing here, what I'm trying to do as an angel and seed investor or early stage investor, is to listen deeply to how the founder thinks about their business. I'm giving them how I think about it. And what I'm looking for is, how certain are they, or how deep are they into it? So I'm presenting different options here, Kelly. So you think you're going to go after the time tracking people? You think you're going to go after the productivity people? What do you think about this industry trend, remote work, going back to the office? I don't even actually care about the answer as much as I care about hearing the founder's thought process and their perspective. Is it a considered perspective? What we see here is you've really thought this through, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, and the passion also comes through, Kelly, when you have these conversations, right? You can start to identify, hey, this person really does care about this problem, this product, this set of users, or, the wider word market space, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We talk a lot in Founder University as to what is the plan, and then how do you talk about the plan and get people bought into the plan that you think is ahead?
Yeah. And people who make plans tend to perform better than people without plans. Kelly and I have been working on the plans for Founder University. We have an ongoing dialogue. Hey, We want to have 250 people, 1,000 people go through the program a year, 4 cohorts. How many applications do we need? Do we need 1,000? Do we need 1,500? What are the qualities of the people coming to the program? How do we communicate with them after they graduate? How do we invest money in the winners? If you set some goals, you can have a really good dialogue of, well, maybe 250 is too many people. Maybe it's not enough. This is all, I think, good things for angel investors who are listening to the program. I know a lot of you listen, syndicate members, other venture firms. It's really good to hear about the plan. Okay.